Hello, my fellow YouTubers. Welcome back to my channel. I appreciate you coming here, spending some time and visiting. I got my nice cool glass of root beer. I don't normally drink soda, but tonight I'm having a root beer. And, I try not to make videos unless I feel inspired. So, I haven't made much videos in the last 24 hours. But I did get inspired today, and that's thinking about how it is that, you might have one narcissistic parent, you might have two, but how is it that all of a sudden your siblings, when, the parents kind of pick up on, okay, this one's a little bit different. This one is a little bit of a truth teller, or this one kind of sees through our BS a little bit, or this one isn't so willing to comply and go along with the script. We're gonna label him the scapegoat. And this one, does a little bit better in school, or has a little bit more athletic ability, or is a little better looking, or a little bit more socially confident, or we'll name him the golden child. But then, how is it that your siblings can start to treat you in the same manner that either that one narcissistic parent or possibly both parents treat you? In my case, I was unlucky enough to have both parents as narcissists and a sibling that was narcissist. So many of you are lucky enough to just have one parent as a narcissist and have non-narcissistic siblings and a second parent that wasn't. But if they're staying married, even if one parent is not a narcissist, that narcissist is so domineering and is so, it takes the bull by the horns in that family so much that the other parent is going to cow down to that narcissistic parent if they're planning on staying in the relationship. And so they're not going to stick up for you. They might try to console you one-on-one, but still, all it takes is one parent for a child to become a scapegoat. But my question is, how is it that the siblings end up following suit? Well, they're more likely to follow suit and have no sympathy for you if they also become a narcissist. And that happens around age 7, the age of reason. That's when the devil is allowed to come in to individuals' vessels and kind of take over or not, depending on if that 7-year-old wants to pursue goodness or wants to copy the one narcissistic parent or the two narcissistic parents, and wants to make that decision, okay, I'm going to be the hammer like my narcissistic parent or parents. I'm going to not be a nail in this world like the scapegoat, my sibling, the scapegoat. I'm going to be one of these hammers that hammers people down. And they basically choose that path that then allows them to be a vessel for Satan or a demon. But as a way of survival, even siblings that are not narcissistic can see that this one sibling is getting singled out and doesn't get like any positive affirmation like they get or their other sibling gets. And so they're going to, as a way to endear the parents, because already you're not getting enough, even if you get some positive affirmation. In a family like this, there's dysfunction and there's self-absorption, and at least that one parent or the two parents. And you're not going to get enough positive affirmation, even if you're getting some, unlike that scapegoated child. So they're going to follow suit and start to mistreat that that scapegoated child in front of the parent just to be able to win their affection and to win their approval. So, you might find that one or two of your siblings actually treats you okay when the parents aren't around. But then when that narcissistic parent or parents is present, they're going to start to treat you more harshly. And it's to say, see, I'm on your side. See, I'm going along with the assigned roles. I'm going along with the narrative. I'm never going to call you out, mom or dad. I'm never going to, I'm going to go along with everything. So that's how it happens, because, me and my brother, we shared a bedroom our whole lives until he moved out at like age 21 or 22. And we'd have like those talks, in the evening after the lights were turned off. He insisted that I praise him and that I give him constant reassurance of, yes, you look good. Yes, your hair looks great the way it's combed. No, you're not too fat. And then get teased and ridiculed though also. So one, I'm giving support nonstop, but then, he had that Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. So, but he could be very supportive and very loving. But then at other times he was just debasing me. And the one thing that never ceases to shock me is how in a 1 hour car drive, in a 2 hour car drive, he could be tearing into me the whole time. Think about it, right in front of the parents for 2 hours and never one word of leave. I was called Shelly back then. Never leave Shelly alone. Come on, that's enough. You're about to make him cry. Not even after I would start crying. With nothing. But he always stopped as soon as I lost it and had like a meltdown. He would stop and then become the good Dr. Jekyll and put his arm around me and go, come on, it's okay. But I was so surprised when his name was Mark and I decided to call him Marvin. That was his new nickname. And I was so surprised how insecure he got. Why do you call me that? Why do you call me that? I said, well, because it's kind of like a nerd name, Marvin. And I think it fits you. What? He would just, and so I don't know why I didn't stick with that more. But, I've always said we don't want to play their games. We don't want to just morph into one of them. So yeah, I used it every now and then for like 1 or 2 years. But I didn't want to be like that. I didn't want to be one of these people that was learning how to attack and undermine and debase. I was so sad with my own children because my daughter, that's 1.5 years older than my son, just turned on my son. They were so close and cute together. They were great. They'd take baths together. My son just looked up to his big sister so much. But then around age 7, she became the hammer to my 5-year-old son and was just so rude. And then whenever he would stand up for himself, she would want me to punish him. And I'd say, no, you started this. And she would go toe to toe with me. And just say, no, he just said this. How are you going to let him say this to me? He tried to scratch me, and it's like, you asked for it. I was right there the whole time. I saw the whole thing. You were ridiculing him for 7 minutes before he lost his cool, or for 20 minutes, and tried to scratch you, But then I was so sad. It was around like maybe age 10. Where he, even younger probably, maybe around age 7, when he was 7, somewhere in there, he started getting really good at getting her back and going toe-to-toe with her with these mind games and this debasing and having negative nicknames for her. And then they were just, for years, just nonstop. And it hurt my soul seeing that this little angelic son of mine, well, first it hurt my soul seeing my daughter become that way. But then it hurt my soul so much seeing my son just going, okay, I'm smart enough to play these games. I can debase, I can ridicule, I can bring it just as good as the next guy. And seen him just go full force into that same way of being. But yeah, so it's amazing, these family dynamics. And it is sad to see that, whether a child is narcissistic or not, they're usually gonna to join in on the beating up of that scapegoat in order to fit in with that dysfunctional family, and in order to get some of those needs met. These families are so dysfunctional, even if only one parent's narcissistic, they're so dysfunctional that there's just not enough love and positive affirmation to go around. So if they even want to come close to what they need, they're going to have to pick on that scapegoat in order to reassure the parent that you're right, mom, he deserves this kind of treatment. And so let me show you, let me act that way in front of you so that you can see that I'm on your side, and I'm supporting what you think is appropriate within these dynamics. So, because a lot of people, I know I did for decades, wondering what happened, what happened? You get blindsided if you're the scapegoat. It's like, how did the whole family co-sign this false bill of goods, that I deserve this treatment by the whole family? It's really, really just a wallop in the face with a big wet noodle, and your head's spinning for most of your, childhood, even into your adulthood, just trying to figure out what happened. I think that's the best way to describe it if you're the scapegoat. That's just something you ask yourself every day for decades. What happened? How can it be that I deserve this? And that's where a lot of times the sleeping problems come in. And even then the body ailments, it's all because you spend so much time trying to figure out, did I deserve this? What the hell happened? So anyways, leave a comment, hit like or dislike, subscribe if this resonates with you. Share this video. Love you guys. Talk to you later.